Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today for another Pick a Card video. For those of you all who are new, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today we are on day 5. There's my hand, 5 of my 14 Days of Love videos series. And I'm so excited because today we are going to be digging into how your person of interest is currently thinking and feeling about this connection. Going to put a little bit of a different spin on it today, and we're going to kind of get some insight into their feelings from the past, present, and future. So you all can also kind of see sort of like what trajectory this person is going toward as it pertains to you and as it pertains to this connection, okay? Keep in mind, you guys, these readings are general in nature, so there may be some messages that resonate while others don't. Take whatever is for you, leave behind anything that isn't, and just know that if it really doesn't feel accurate to you, it's probably a message that's meant for someone else. If you want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do that are in the description box down below. Also keep in mind, you guys, with these readings, everyone involved here has free will. So since today we are reading on your person, just keep in mind that your person has free will. So what we're going to be reading on today is just a current snapshot of where they're at in terms of their feelings. But just know that that can always switch up depending on the actions that your person takes, okay? All right, you guys, well, let's go ahead and get into our card selection. So we have group number 1, which is the pink tourmaline. Group 2, fire agate. Group 3, malachite. And then group number 4, scolecite. Take a deep breath. Think about your person. Think about how they're feeling about you. Go ahead and choose the card that you're feeling the most intuitively guided to. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and scroll down to the description box below so that you can locate the timestamp for your reading. Hey there, pile number 1. So if you guys chose the pink tourmaline card, we're going to go ahead and dive in and see how your person is currently feeling about you. Just have to say, this is such a beautiful crystal. This is a beautiful stone. It almost reminds me of like a Jolly Rancher, like a very sweet type of energy. But really the energy I'm picking up from this, just initially, pile 1, pink tourmaline, it's a stone that's really meant to help balance out the heart chakra. So I do sort of get the impression that your person could be moving through some healing as it pertains to this connection. And we do have the message of forgiveness here as well. So keep that in mind. Your person may be trying to work through some healing, self-healing, forgiveness of themselves, perhaps forgiveness of you. But let's go ahead and see what comes through. Sorry, you guys. So we have, let's put this up here. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the 6 of Cups in the reverse. And then we have the Hierophant in the reverse as well. Very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and pull our clarifiers here. So we have the message of the unsaid. Okay. We have the message of taking out the trash. And then we have looking closely. That's interesting. I'm going to see if I can push this up just a smidge, pile 1. Sorry for that. Okay. Sorry about that, pile 1. I had to turn down the lights because it was leaving that horrible glare on your cards. So, okay, your person. How are they feeling? Let's get into this. So like I was saying in the intro, hopefully you guys had a chance to listen to that. What I was going to plan to do today was kind of get into sort of like a past, present, and future. And that's exactly what we're doing here in your spread. Okay. That way you guys can kind of see like how these feelings have progressed from the past into the present and sort of what you can expect from this person in the future in terms of their feelings. Okay. So what I'm definitely picking up on here is that there was something that happened here with this connection in the past where your person was feeling unfulfilled with something here. They felt like they needed to maybe walk away from this temporarily for a little while. And I do feel like they probably left without really saying much about it because we have the unsaid here. So if this person left, it was likely because they needed to explore something else. You know, the Eight of Cups talks about like when we are not finding the answers we need where we are, or if we're not emotionally fulfilled where we are in a situation, it's about taking that journey and walking away from that, leaving it behind and looking to discover something new, okay? Very much about kind of taking the time for yourself, you know what I mean? To kind of process and let things heal and process and just sort of move on to some new things that might be better serving us. So with this unsaid here, I am kind of getting the impression that your person left a lot of things unsaid in this connection. So likely if you're here asking about this person, pile one, they probably didn't even tell you why they left or why they walked away from this. Maybe some of them ghosted you. But what's interesting here is that when we read the message of the unsaid, this really talks about actually having deep feelings for someone, but not saying it. This is about having something to say and not being courageous enough to say it. So I do feel that this person had feelings for you in the past, in the recent past, but something was wrong. Something for them just maybe wasn't feeling completely right in the connection or not completely right within themselves. And so they did feel this need to sort of take a different path. Now, here in the present, your person has the Six of Cups with taking out the trash. This sounds really harsh, so don't worry. I'm not seeing it as anything super negative necessarily. Six of Cups being reversed, this is telling me that your person is in this place right now where they're feeling very much like they want to kind of break out of the old cycles in their life, especially when it comes to love. And we are asking how they feel about you, right? Six of Cups is all about doing things that we're really comfortable with, right? It's about things that are familiar. Maybe you and this person have had a connection from the past or a past life connection of some sort, because Six of Cups also talks about our childhood and things like that. But because it's reversed, this is telling me that your person is really feeling a space of wanting to find independence outside of this connection, which makes sense because they're walking away here in the past with this Eight of Cups. So they're wanting to kind of break out of what's familiar. And the reason that I'm seeing that is because they're ready for something new. They're ready for fresh energy. This card of taking out the trash, if we think about that, like, why do we take out the trash? It's because it's time to freshen up our space. It's time to clear things out of our space. And so I definitely think that this person is in a place where they are healing. Like I was saying initially with that pink tourmaline, they're in a space of healing themselves, healing from whatever happened here in this connection. And I do see that they're wanting to kind of find themselves as an individual, find themselves and who they are, practice that self-love, and get right within themselves, separated from you, okay? Now, heading into the near future here, we do have the Hierophant card being reversed, and it's clarified here by looking closely. So I do definitely see that you and this person will have some sort of relationship, some sort of connection in the future, but it may just feel kind of like something like outside of the societal norm, if that makes sense. So Hierophant reverse kind of talks about like not really wanting a committed relationship with someone. This could be your person coming back in and feeling like they just kind of want something more casual or something a little outside the status quo, but they don't want to abide by like the rules and the regulations, the strictness of like what a relationship would bring. Not that relationships are strict, but you guys know what I mean. And I think the reason why they may want to keep things a little loose with you is because they're in this space of really trying to analyze and make sure that whatever happened between you in the past is actually going to get rectified. Your person might be coming across a little hyper-focused on certain things that you're doing. Maybe they're really closely watching you coming here into the near future or the future when you connect with them. But I definitely see them in a space of feeling like they're not going to be ready to really move forward into anything more solidified with you until they feel like whatever happened in the past gets fixed. And so I do see that they, like I said, will keep that kind of loose commitment or sort of like a casual relationship with you. Or a relationship that's different from what you guys had in the past because they're looking to see maybe if something has changed here. So that's very interesting. We have a few more cards to cover. So we have the message of the storyteller. We have feeling the world. And then we have endless possibilities. Yeah. So the storyteller, you guys, this really talks about, even though like from the image here, it looks like literally like writing a story. This is about boundaries. This is about how the story we tell to ourselves that really dictates the way other people treat us, if that makes sense. So like, how do I say this in a way that doesn't seem totally scatterbrained? Like, the way that we feel about ourselves inside exudes in the way that we behave, right? Like, it exudes in the way that we behave, and it comes through in the way that we allow others to treat us, okay? So this person may have told themselves a story about this connection. Maybe there was something they didn't like about the way that they were being treated here in this connection, or vice versa. And so they told themselves this was like their inner story that was causing them to walk away from you in the past, okay? So even if you guys didn't even really do anything to this person, you're like, why are they acting like this? From your perspective, there was something going on that they weren't talking about within themselves, some story that they were telling about themselves or about this connection that made them feel like they needed to walk away from it for now. So I do kind of get the sense that your person was in a space of maybe thinking on the gloomy side of things in the past with their feelings and when it came to this connection. Now here in the present, we have feeling the world. And so remember, your person's really in this space of wanting to clear out their space, clear out their energy. And so I do see here with feeling the world, this is all about your person just feeling like they have a lot of weight on their shoulders. So I think as it pertains to this connection right now, pile one, it's like, I think they're just trying to sort of clear it up a little bit, clear that weight off of their shoulders, because I think your person's very like an empathetic person. I think they have a lot of deep feelings that they carried for you and that they carry for people in general. And so when they have all of those feelings that they can empathize with, it can almost feel like a weight on their shoulders. And that's kind of where I see your person at right now in the present, which is why they're trying to kind of separate their energy from that and find that boundary between where do they start and where do you end, or where do they end and where do you start, if that makes sense. They're just trying to kind of lighten that emotional burden. And your person has a lot of cups here. So there are a lot of feelings in this connection for sure. Moving here toward the future, we have the card of endless possibilities. So I definitely think that your person is moving toward a space where they are feeling like they have a lot of options. And so this is why I think that they are still going to come across as present with you, but not super committal. I think they are open to connecting with you. But again, like I said, they're coming across a little like skeptical right now when I see this looking closely. And I think they're growing in their self-love to a point where they know that coming into the future here, that no matter what happens between the two of you, whether this situation gets rectified or not, they have endless possibilities, meaning they can create whatever future they want for themselves, whether this has to do with love or other things in their life. And that's just kind of where I see them moving, pile one. So I hope this was able to give you some clarification. Please let me know what went on with you and this person in the description box. Excuse me. Like I said, you guys, I'm not a sugarcoating type of reader, so I do hope that, you know, the honesty that I delivered to you is helpful. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey there, pile number 2. So if you guys chose the fire agate crystal, let's go ahead and see how your person is feeling about you. And already just initially what I'm picking up from this card, I do feel that your person has a lot of fiery, passionate energy for you. They could be very sexually attracted to you. That's something that I'm feeling right now. But I also feel like this person thinks of you as someone who is very positive and fun to be around. Maybe you guys worked together or did something together where they were able to see what type of creativity and creative talents that you have. But there is something about you that feels very like mentally stimulating to them, if that makes sense. There's a lot of like fun energy that I'm seeing here. So like I was saying in the intro, you guys, what we're going to be doing today is kind of like a past, present, future trajectory of their feelings, so that you guys can hopefully get some clarity around like how this has progressed for your person and where we're headed. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out all of our cards here. So we have the High Priestess, clarified by Team Awesome here in the past. We have the Ten of Wands with Island Time here in the present. And then we have Temperance reversed with sorry, not sorry here into the future. So yeah, like I was saying, you guys, there are a lot of really kind of like positive, kind of very chemistry-like feelings here that I'm seeing your person has for you. And it's funny because I was talking about like that creativity, and what's really catching my eye about this High Priestess is the pomegranates that are here in the back. This always reminds me of like fertility and abundance and like creativity as well, giving birth to something new. I don't know why I think of that, but I definitely get the sense that in the recent past or in the past in general, this person really felt like you were someone that was highly desirable to them. High Priestess talks about like they felt like you were kind of mysterious, very sexy, just someone that was a very like someone that they wanted to attain into their life because of the way you carry yourself. You guys really carry yourselves, I think, with this sort of just really dignified energy where it's like you're mysterious, you're sultry, you're sexy, but you don't have to be like showing it out all the time. You know what I mean? And your person just found that really, really attractive. They found you really, really alluring here in the recent past. And I do see here with this team awesome that they felt like the two of you are very compatible here. Like you guys were kind of on the same page about where this relationship was going, and they really, really enjoyed spending that time with you. I feel like there was a lot of fun times in this connection. Now, as we're moving here into the present, we have the 10 of Wands, and it's clarified here by the Island time. So there's something going on with your person right now where they're feeling like there's a lot of work that's needing to be put into this connection. So whether you guys are still together or whether you're in separation, maybe your person's been acting a little distant or weird, and that's kind of what's brought you to this reading. They're feeling right now as though they have to put in a lot of effort here. And I think on one hand, your person is the type of person that like wants to do this, right? Like they want to be that person to like take your stresses and your burdens and be able to help you with bearing those burdens. But it is a very like weighed down sort of energy that I'm getting from this, and it feels heavy right now for them. So whether this is about them feeling like they're doing too much to help you, or it could feel like for them, if you guys are in separation, that they're not making a move because they feel like you would be a lot of work, like legit a lot of work, and they're not ready for that right now. It feels like it's overwhelming for them is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And we have Island time here, which is telling me that your person is wanting to like take a more relaxed, kind of a lighthearted approach to this. They don't want to feel like they have to put in like a ton of like effort and hard work and energy. Like they don't want this to feel hard. They want it to flow and they want it to feel good. For some of you guys, you know, it might not even be something that you're doing to make this person feel like this. It could have to do with your person's own insecurities, right? Because sometimes when we see this 10 of Wands and someone's like feeling like the connection is going to be a burden, it's because they're not really feeling that great about themselves. Like they don't feel good about what they can offer, what they would bring to the table in the connection. So they're just not feeling confident enough to step up into the type of high vibe connection that you would bring. And so they would view it as a burden when really it's just not, right? Hopefully that makes sense. But there is something here that's making your person feel kind of burdened as it pertains to this connection. And they're not wanting to feel like that. They're wanting things to feel really lighthearted with you like they were in the past. Now, coming into the future time frame here, we have Temperance in reverse, and then we have sorry, not sorry. So I do see this person starting to maybe get to a space where they're feeling a little bit resentful for some reason. And Temperance reverse really talks about things just really not being in the right time. This is like, I don't think that this is going to work. I think that maybe we're too opposite to really make things mesh. And this might be something that they communicate with you. It might be something they just kind of communicate energetically here. But there's definitely some friction that I sense coming up with this person coming into the near future. And I do think that it has to do with this burdensome energy that they're feeling. So I don't know, Pile 1, you'll have to let me know if you're talking to this person or if you guys have been separated or what's going on. There's definitely a couple scenarios at play here for this group. But if you're in a connection with this person, it might be worth digging into like why they're feeling this way, right? So that we don't end up in this space of like they're resentful and feeling like this just isn't going to gel. It isn't going to mesh, okay? Let's see what else we got. So we have Roots of Abundance, okay? Willing Release, wow. The Uncharted Sea, So definitely, it's so interesting, pile 2, because I do feel that this connection has like a solid foundation here with this roots of abundance showing up here in the past position. You guys have a lot of good, really positive energy here in the past. So if you guys are already in a connection with this person, you could just be hitting a hiccup or like a bump in the road here. But roots of abundance really talks about like solidifying something, grounding something into reality, right? Planting a tree and nurturing it and watering it so that it's able to grow into this strong, strong foundation, right? So I definitely think that this person looks and feels about you as though you guys have built this foundation and that you guys are solid, like a staple in their life. But again, there's something here in the present that needs to be released. I do feel your person is like craving a more lighthearted, just more carefree energy in this connection. There's some sort of burdensome feeling that they're having toward you or toward this relationship that they want to release. They want to let it go. They want to enjoy you. They don't want to feel burdened or bogged down by whatever this is, okay? Now, moving into the future here, we do have the uncharted sea. So I do see this as being a little bit of maybe a rockier time, a new type of energy that this person is going to be feeling about you. And I think that kind of makes sense because we have this feeling of like resentment or friction going on, or feeling like something's just not gelling here. I want to see something really quick in the guidebook here, just to make sure I'm not missing something. Yeah. So the uncharted sea, you guys, I want to show you. This talks about stepping into the unknown without a map, moving beyond your comfort zone, choosing to do things differently, trusting in the ebb and flow of life, being in the dark, and letting curiosity lead. You know what's interesting too? When it said that about trusting in the ebb and flow of life, I also see this Temperance card reversed as them kind of resisting the flow of the connection. So it's like maybe they're trying to like force something to come together with you that's not ready to come together here with that 10 of Wands. Maybe they're the ones putting that burden on themselves to do too much. And now as they move into the future, we have these feelings of like resentment because it's like they're not letting things just flow naturally, which is creating a lot of friction here. And so I do see that your person is really going to try, I think, in the future to go with that flow, but I think it's going to be a little bit challenging for them, pile 2. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to get you some advice because this connection just feels like it's built on such a solid foundation here. So maybe you guys are just going through a rough patch with this person. I don't know, but let's see. I kind of want to see for you guys, my viewer, what advice or guidance you need to know with regard to this person. Let's see. Look at that, 2 of Cups showing itself at the bottom of the deck here. What does my pile 2 viewer, what do they need to do with regard to this connection? What guidance or advice do they need to know? 7 of Swords. Huh. I wasn't expecting that. I would say, you know what I think it is, you guys? I'm going to pull one more. But I have this feeling that maybe your person is frustrated because maybe they don't understand how you feel. Let me see. Like, because the 7 of Swords is kind of like that card that is like, we don't always show our hand. We don't always show how we're feeling because we're afraid that we're going to get hurt. And you guys also had the High Priestess energy here in the past for how they felt about you. So if you guys were showing up in this connection and being very mysterious and alluring, your person likes that about you. But you do also need to be willing to sort of be more forthcoming with your feelings and communicating with them. And the 7 of Swords is making me feel like maybe you guys need to be more honest about your feelings here. I'm also getting for some of you guys that it might be good for you to like kind of dip out of this connection or be a little more strategic about something within this connection. Let's just get one more card for you, pile 2. Four of Swords reversed. Yeah, so this is about like, we have Seven of Wands at the bottom. There's definitely a lot of like, you have a lot of sevens. Very spiritually challenging number for sure, but like there's just a lot of this like defensive energy here, this like non-communicating clearly type of vibe. I don't know. Seven of Swords, Four of Swords reversed. So I definitely feel like you guys need to come out of hiding and be a little bit more communicative with this person, because the swords have to do with our thoughts and they have to do with communication as well. And Four of Swords being reversed is like, okay, it's time to get up. This is like, I've taken a rest. I've done what I can here to meditate on this situation. Now it's time for me to actually like come out, and with that Seven of Swords, instead of, I think for some of you guys, you're being guided to communicate more clearly about how you're feeling. That was kind of the first initial message that I got. But for others of you, I'm almost getting a vibe of like, if you've been allowing this to kind of be stagnant and you haven't been doing anything about the situation, this is saying you need to do something, but you need to be strategic about it. Does that make sense? Goodness, pile 2. Let me know what's going on with your person. I feel like we just went totally off target there for a little while. I went off on a tangent, but I hope that it was able to help you out. It does feel like your person has had strong feelings for you in the past, but something feels a little off for them right now. So hopefully that was able to give you a little bit of clarity. Drop me a comment below. Please let me know what is your connection to this person, what's going on here, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye. Hey there, pile number 3. So if you guys chose this Malachite card, let's go ahead and see how your person's feeling. And I just want to say a couple words about this Malachite first. So Malachite is a stone that is really, really, really amazing for healing the heart chakra. So I do think there's a lot of feelings here in this connection with this person. I think that they have feelings for you. And I also think that they could be moving through a space right now where they're trying to heal their heart space, just even as an individual right now. So whether it's healing the connection that they want or healing themselves or both, there's definitely something here around the heart that needs attention for your person here. Now, like I was saying in the intro, what we're going to be doing today is a little bit different. I'm going to be kind of digging into the feelings of the past, present, future, just so that we can kind of see what trajectory your person is on with this connection. And then you guys can kind of have an idea of like what to expect and maybe understand the backstory as to how we got where we are, okay? So pile 3, we have in the past 10 of Pentacles reversed with game face. Goodness, some competitive energy here with your person. Present, we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse with playing the field. Future, we have the Knight of Cups with the other. Very interesting. I always feel like this gets off center. I hate that. Okay. Pile 3. What is going on? So I definitely could see why you guys would be coming to this reading, because definitely in the present, your person is coming across like a little confused, I would say. So in the past energy here, we have this 10 of Pentacles reverse. So this is making me feel like your person, maybe your person was kind of trying to hold something together, or hold some sort of image together for you in the past to make it seem like they had all their stuff together when really they didn't. It feels like a very forced energy here in the past, because 10 of Pentacles is all about like having the coin. It's all about having like all of your stuff together. You've got a good job, you've got, you know, the family, the happy marriage, all of this stuff. So if you guys were in a relationship with this person in the past, it's almost like they were even though they might have known that it was breaking down, it was like they were trying to force something to be here that wasn't really there or that wasn't really ready to evolve yet. Because game face talks about competitive. It's about like, look at this, in it to win it, fake it till you make it. That's like the initial thing that I was getting, is like some sort of inauthenticity here. 10 of Pentacles can also just be about like this feeling of knowing that like deep down, maybe somebody isn't right for you for long term. So your person may be struggling to keep it real with themselves as it pertains to this connection or as it pertains to their love life in general. I'm definitely seeing a lot of like confusion with them personally. And so I'm wondering if your person may have some ideas about what family should look like for them or what their future partner should look like for them. And in the past, they weren't taking that seriously. You know what I mean? They were kind of trying to force something to work with you because maybe they liked what you represented. But they knew deep down that there was something fundamentally different about the two of you that may not be able to make it to the future. Okay. Now, for some of you guys, if you were in this relationship with them, I do feel this was almost like they knew it was falling apart, or they knew that you guys were going to break up. But again, there's that forceful energy of trying to keep it together. Moving here into the present though, your person is like totally confused. Like Ace of Swords in the reverse, they're like literally in the space of like not knowing how they feel, not knowing what to think, not knowing what they want. When they're thinking about you, they feel very cloudy and unclear about what it is that they want. And this is because they are very much in this like player energy. And I think maybe for some of them, they feel like you're playing them a little bit as well. Maybe some of you guys are dating or in a connection since this one has broken down with them in the past. And I think your person might feel a little bit confused about that, where they stand with you, if that's their perception of what's going on with you. But yeah, they're definitely like in this cloudy sort of exploration sort of stage right now, where I think that they're confused about what they want with you because they don't know where you stand, but they also don't know where they stand either, and they're wanting to explore options. Now, moving into the future here, I do see them coming back into the picture with some really romantic feelings here with that Knight of Cups. This is about like having feelings for someone, wanting to romance someone, wining and dining someone, taking them on dates, knowing all the right things to say. I definitely get the vibe that your person could be in a very immature state of mind right now, because the Knight of Cups, as romantic and beautiful of an energy as that is, it's also kind of like not the most consistent energy, right? This is someone that's not fully developed. They're not fully matured yet as it pertains to love and to their emotions. And I'm definitely seeing that here with some of these other cards. We have it clarified here by the Other, which talks about admiring from afar, being at a fork in the road, options, interested, another man, woman, okay? So again, like I do feel like one or both of you are sort of in another connection, or at least that's the way that they're perceiving you or you're perceiving them. And so when they're coming back in, they might come in a little bit like flowery language, very romantic, but like I almost get the vibe that they're going to be a little like standoffish deep down inside, because again, they don't know if you're dating other people and they might be attached to other people. So it's like their heart space is not totally healed and open here, pile 3. That's why we had that Malachite energy. It's like, I think your person, I don't think that they are, but I think that they need to probably be working on their own sense of self-love and really working on how to mature their heart space and be more emotionally mature when it comes to this connection. Because even some of the cards we're seeing here, they're very immature, like player energy. And then why would you be so competitive and like forceful with love? That's not coming from the heart. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting. It's like they're confused, pile 3. They're confused. But let's go ahead and get a few more cards. So we do have Earth Magic. Then we have a burst of magic. So lots of magic happening here for your person. And then we have a higher view. I think that this is going to positively move itself forward is kind of the vibe I'm getting here, pile 3, even though they're confused and I think a little immature. You know, Earth Magic just talks about how this person really felt in the past that this connection had the potential to really grow into something really fruitful and really beautiful, magical even. And that's interesting because the 10 of Pentacles is Earth energy. But something went on here in the past where it's like this didn't get off to the right start, or there was something that broke it down and it wasn't able to totally come to fruition in the material. And I think it's because of your person's like overly forceful, like intention that they put into it or something. But they do feel that this connection could be able to go the distance. But again, I don't know what happened here. You guys have to let me know. Now here in the present, we have a burst of magic. So I do feel like this is speaking to like your person, maybe like trying to get their mojo back a little bit. I think that they're starting to feel more, even though they come across a little confused, I do think that they are starting to feel a little bit more confident in themselves, a little bit more in their power. You know, maybe kind of starting to come into their own a little bit is kind of the vibe that I'm getting from that. You know, with the lotus flower opening up and blooming, and then we have your person like coming out of there. But they almost feel like that's how they see you too. Like they see you guys as this beautiful like goddess that they're just so confused why they can't have. Or however you guys identify. So let's look. This talks about an epiphany, a sudden higher knowing, a sense that everything has a purpose, your purpose as a gift bestowed upon you, cultivating conscious contact with a higher power, coming to know what calls to you and lights you up. I almost feel like this is how they feel about you, pile 3. Like they see you this way as this really elevated spiritual person, someone that really knows and understands what it is that they want. And I think that's why they're so confused, especially if they perceive you as dating other people. That probably doesn't feel very good to them. So I get this vibe was like they feel like maybe you're a little bit unattainable as well. Now, moving into the future, this is why I say that I think this is moving to a positive place. We do have a higher view. So this really talks about your person getting to a place where they're able to kind of see things from a higher perspective, really being able to see the big picture. This does show that they're growing and they're maturing as it pertains to this connection and just their love life in general. And I think that when they come back, even though they're going to be this Knight of Cups and maybe a little bit like hesitant, I think that they're slowly maturing to a place where they're starting to understand like the bigger picture of the relationship and the bigger picture of love and the things they like shouldn't do like this versus the things they should do, which is like the Knight of Cups energy, which is like be romantic and sweet and take you out on dates, right? So very interesting, pile 3. Your person sounds very intriguing, so I would love to know a little bit about them. Please drop me a comment below and let me know. Hopefully you guys found this helpful and hopeful because it seems like things will get better here. But yeah, let me know. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye. Hey there, pile number 4. So if you guys chose the Scolecite crystal card, let's go ahead and see how your person is feeling. So really quick, I do want to touch on the Scolecite. So this is a crystal that is really good for calming your energy, purifying your space. And I love how they say peace on this. So immediately when I'm thinking about how your person is feeling about you, I feel like they are at peace in a sense with this connection and I feel like they see you as someone that brings a sense of peace into their life, like really healing energy and really just positivity is what I'm getting here. What we're going to be digging into is sort of like their feelings, past, present, and future in this reading, just so that we can kind of see where we're headed and kind of understand why we are where we are today with this person, okay? So in the past, we do have the 7 of Pentacles reversed with blowing bubbles. Let me like push these up a little so you guys can see, okay? In the present, we have the Ace of Wands with Try Me. These cards are so crazy. And then in the future, we have the King of Wands with Take a Chance. Wow, so definitely not a ton of peaceful vibes here because there's a lot of Wands energy, pile 4. So just right off the bat, kind of looking at the cards collectively here, I do feel like your person is like they definitely feel a lot of passion for you because we have Ace of Wands, King of Wands. I definitely think that there's a lot of attraction in this connection, but I almost get the vibe that maybe they're a little nervous to come forward to you for some reason because of that peace energy. Like maybe this is why we got this card, is because your person is in a space of needing to like relax a little bit as it pertains to you, okay? So in the past, we do have the Seven of Pentacles reverse here with this blowing bubbles energy. So Seven of Pentacles is about someone sort of feeling like they don't want to put a lot of effort into something. Maybe they're not getting a return on investment necessarily, or maybe they're not ready to really put in anything, any conscious effort. And I think this can just have to do with a lot of reasons. But what I'm seeing here is that your person was in this space of just like wanting to have fun, right? Like, blowing bubbles talks about like being very light, airy, fun, going with the flow, not really doing anything serious. You know what I mean? And that's not necessarily bad. We all evolve into our own, at our own time, and not every person wants a serious relationship right away with every connection that they make, right? So I definitely see in the past that they felt this energy with you of like just wanting to have fun, feeling like you're a lot of fun, wanting to more so just like live in the moment, go with the flow, but not necessarily put in a ton of effort into like grounding this. Now, in the present here, this is like really interesting because we have the Ace of Wands, but then we have it clarified by try me, which is almost like a mad, it says pissed off energy here, but I almost feel like it's almost like your person is suddenly ignited about this connection and feeling like something needs to change. And I'll get to why in a second here. But yeah, the Ace of Wands is being like, they feel very attracted to you right now. It's almost like they've been turned on, like the light switch has been turned on when it comes to the connection they have with you. And maybe this was something they weren't totally getting in the past. They weren't totally connecting that in the past. And so now they're in this space of like, oh my God, like I feel this spark with pile 4 and I need to change. Something needs to change about this connection. So moving into the future here, we have the King of Wands with taking a chance. And so this is why I kind of feel like they're in this space of like needing to change something, because taking a chance talks about like rolling the dice and trying to go for something you want. And the King of Wands tells me that they're going to move into this space of feeling really confident about this connection and taking the lead in it. Like they're finally going to shoot their shot. They're finally wanting to change something about this connection. They're setting the intention for a positive outcome here. And the King of Wands, this is like a very strong energy of like taking the lead, wanting to be like the leading man in the connection or the leading masculine in the connection, and being ready to like go for it. You know what I mean? For some of you guys too, the King of Wands energy could be like how they view you as well. So if you're a viewer watching this, they may be viewing you as those characteristics of being like that really strong, confident person. But more so what I'm getting is like, this is sort of like where they're moving into in terms of their feelings for you. Like they're going to want to take the chance on this connection because I think your person feels like you're somebody that they really want to have on their arm. One thing about the King of Wands, this is a very prideful person, not in a bad way always. It can be with any card, but they want to feel like they have their equal on their arm, and they're not going to go after a person unless they see that value in them. So I do feel that this person sees you as like a high value partner, a high value counterpart. And so that's why they're realizing all of a sudden like, whoa, like I'm ignited here. This has to change. Like they're ready to go for it. So let's see what else comes through. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. So we have opening to discovery. Oh my gosh, we have a deep breath. This is so funny. Okay, and then here we have a powerful move. Yes, you guys, pile 4, I'm excited for you. So in the past here, remember we had this very light, airy-fairy kind of energy, not super serious. So this makes sense. With opening to discovery, this is about like starting to open up the door to explore something new. We're exploring, we're just starting to peek through the peephole, right? But we're not walking through the door yet. And so I think your person in the past, again, like they were curious about you. They thought that you were interesting. They were open to the idea, but again, it wasn't ready to be grounded in reality just yet, or grounded in effort. But now that your person is like ignited, this is so funny, you guys, because this card, a deep breath, kind of going back to that peace energy here. This is like about bracing ourselves in when we're feeling anxious. This is about needing to like zen out a little bit here. And your person is really ignited and they're like contemplating the next move. And so I think that right now they're just like trying to like get themselves kind of in a space where they're like, okay, like let me take a deep breath. I'm going to go to pile 4. I'm going to shoot my shot, but I'm nervous. Like they're trying to kind of zen themselves out a little bit and calm their nerves a little bit, because I think that they're maybe a little nervous that you might reject them, or a little nervous of how this might go. But again, in the future here, we have a powerful move, which is awesome. This is like, it's like a chess piece, but it's like on this, I don't even know what this is. It's weird, but it's like they're ready to go ahead and shoot their shot and take that chance. And I think they may come across a little strategic in the way that they do it. You may not necessarily see it coming, but they're ready with that King of Wands to make that bold move toward you, and toward this connection. So this is cool, pile 4. This definitely feels very positive in terms of their feelings. Again, there's a lot of like chemistry energy here. There's a lot of that passionate, confident energy. I think your person is just in a place where they're trying to kind of get themselves zenned out and like mentally ready to make the move they want to make. So let me know, pile 4, in the comments down below about this person. I'm very curious to know. I did not mention this is a fire sign energy, so it could be Leo, Sag, Aries. Maybe that's your person's sign or your sign, but it does not necessarily have to be. It's more about those qualities and characteristics that they possess. So anyways, leave me a comment below. Let me know how this resonated, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.